Hey, my most amazing artist. So today what we're gonna do is we're gonna mix some science with some art. Now we did that with our shaving cream prints, and now we're gonna make bubble prints. So I am all about a really cool textured paper that could be the start of a project or can be in addition to a project that's already started. So today what you need is some dish soap. Now Dawn does work the best, but I don't have Dawn at home. So this should work just fine. Some type of cup and a cup that you're okay with getting stained. Mine are just plastic. But you can use a glass bowl or anything like that. A straw. And then I am going to be using some liquid watercolors, but if you don't have this at home, totally okay. What you can use is some food coloring. Now, food coloring is my best friend when I'm at home and I'm wanting to use some type of paint. And if I don't have a paint, this works amazingly because it stains just like a regular paint does. Okay, and then some water. Okay, so let's get started. All right, so my desk is a mess, so I'm sorry for that. But what I'm gonna do first is I am going to take my soap and I'm just gonna go ahead and dump a little bit in each cup for each color that I'm gonna be doing, okay? Now, with my bubble prints, I'm also gonna need a thick paper. So if you have watercolor paper, that's probably what's gonna be best. But if you don't have that, you can always use printer paper. Just know that it might crinkle a little bit. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna fold my paper just so I have it ready on the side. But once you have a little bit of soap in each cup, you're then gonna go ahead and pour your water in. And you don't have to fill it all the way. I usually fill it about halfway to about 3/4 of the way full. Okay, just like that. All right, so once you have it, I'm gonna take my straw and I'm actually gonna go ahead and mix it just to start getting those bubbles in there. Now you wanna make sure the soapy side always goes in the water, okay? You don't wanna accidentally switch your sides and then end up with a mouthful of soap. All right, now once you have this, you can go ahead, I'm gonna use food coloring for one. And I'm gonna use it on this one. I'm gonna fill it up. I'm gonna do a few drops of that food coloring. And you really wanna add a lot because you really want it to be saturated and have a lot of color. I'm gonna use my liquid watercolor for my other ones. Just like that. I'm gonna really fill it up. And then I want pink for the last one because I don't have a red or a yellow food coloring. Okay, now once you have that done, you can go ahead and mix. Now you're gonna want like a towel of some sort to wipe off the color because you don't want your colors mixing, but I don't have one, so I'm gonna go ahead and mix them just a little bit. It'll be okay if it mixes a little bit. Just because you wanna make sure that color and that soap is not just sitting on the bottom of your cup. All right, now once you have them mixed, you are going to be taking your straw and you're gonna be blowing bubbles. So I'm gonna start with pink first, and I'm just gonna be blowing some big bubbles. Whoops, that was a little too hard. Just like that. I'm gonna take my paper and I'm really gonna press it down onto my cup. So you can see that I've got some bubbles just hanging out there, and I'm gonna keep blowing. And then stamping. All around my paper. And you really want to kind of press hard so that you really get those bubbles on there. And it might be hard to see because I have a light, but I'll take a picture of this where the light isn't shining so bright so that you can really see that texture on the paper. Perfect. Now I'm gonna add a different color, move that to the side. I'm gonna start with some yellow. Now make sure you're always blowing out. You don't ever wanna drink this. It's not gonna taste good, I promise. And you wanna be sure to be gentle, because like you just saw, I almost got some yellow right in my face. Whoa, that's such a big bubble. Cool, so I got some yellow on there, and now last color, I'm gonna do some blue. Now, if you get some bubbles that stay like this, you want to keep them on there. Don't go and pop them, because when you leave them and they pop on their own, you get these really cool bubble marks, and that's what makes the bubble printing so cool and so interesting. Really stamping and getting that done. Perfect. So now you can kind of see all of that texture, and now these are going to be a lot lighter than something like your marble paper, but you're going to get these really beautiful little I mean, they're bubble shapes, so these little cool lines and shapes within it, and you're gonna have all of these cool layering of colors. But have fun with this. Don't be afraid to experiment with materials. You know, you can use food coloring, you can use liquid watercolors, maybe you can even try like some acrylic paint, because that is water-based. So whatever you have at home, just experiment and play with it. So make sure you guys are sending me pictures of your finished works, like mine. I love mine. I think it's so pretty, and I'm so excited to see yours. Okay, you can really see the different textures and colors in there. So pretty. So I'm super excited to see yours. And last thing before I sign off is the water, the soapy water that you made, you can actually keep, okay? You can use it as watercolors later. So you can mix food coloring and water, save it in a jar or some type of cup, and it'll be perfect for watercolors. So, all right, see you guys later.